In this lesson, I'm gonna cover pre-calculus. I'm gonna go through the trigonometry and angles. Let's say this is your coordinate and you have a angle, so triangle basically, and you have a 90-degree. Okay, you have opposite, hypothesis, and adjacent, so each side, and you have to find sine angle. And what is the sine angle? It's the opposite over hypothesis. You also have to find let's say cosine angle. What is cosine? Adjacent over hypothesis. What about tangent angle? Tangent angle is sine over cosine, basically opposite over adjacent. There is also a receptacles, sine, cosine, and tangent. These three, each one has a receptacle. Let's say the sine receptacle is a cosine 1 over sine, and also the cosine also has a receptacle, which is secant 1 over cosine. And also the tangent has a receptacle, which is cotangent angle. So cotangent angle is 1 over tangent. So it's something you have to memorize it doing the angles for a pre-calculus trick, right? So let's say you were asked to find an angle for each sine, cosine, and tangent. Each one find their angle, and you were given triangle which has a 90-degree, and the triangle has, you know, the hypothesis side, let's call C, the base is B, A is the opposite side. We learn in high school, and I have also covered it. This is how to find a taken figure for high school. Basically, it's a square plus b square equal to c square. Let's say a is 3, and let's say c is 4, and you don't know what is a b. First, you have to find a b. Once you find a b, then you have to find all these angles: sine, cosine, tangent, so on and so forth. So first, let's find the missing side, which is a b. So b square equal to what? You have to move a to the other side to find a b. So b square is equal to 16 minus 9, because 4 square for c equal to 16. b square equal to you have to find, so 3 square is a 9. So b square is square root of 7, because you know you need to find a b. So basically 16 minus 9 is b, is a 7. But the thing is you have a b square and you want to find a p, so you have to square root both sides, so the p square cancel the square root, and you have your p equal to square root of 7. So now you have to find sine and cosine and tangent and so on, since you find all the sides for the triangle. So sine is what? Opposite over hypothesis, a over c, so 3 over 4. Cosine is hypothesis, so it will be square root of 7 over 4. So now you have to find the tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent is what? 3 over square root of 7. Square root of 7 is radical, so you don't want to keep the radical denominator, so you have to cancel. So you have to multiply another radical, so square root cancel itself. If you multiply the denominator, you have to multiply numerator too. So you get top 3 square root of 7 over 7. So let's now find all the receptacles, since we have now sine, cosine, and tangent angle. So cosecant is 1 over sine. It will be 1 over 3 over 4. So in a fraction, basic middle school fraction, you have to flip around. 4 comes numerator and the 3 goes denominator. So your cosecant is 4 over 3. Secant is what? Secant also is 1 over cosine. So cosine we have square root of 7 over 4. So if you flip it, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get 4 over square root of 7. You don't want again keep the radical as a denominator, so you have to multiply another radical. So square root cancel itself. So you're gonna have the bottom 7 and the numerator will be 4 square root of 7. So your secant becomes 4 square root of 7 over a 7. The final one is a cotangent. Cotangent is the 1 over tangent. So 1 over cotangent. So cotangent is, let me give you a hand, try to find cotangent and see if you can figure out. So you don't want to keep the 3 square root of 7 denominator, so you have to use it like the way I use it, cosine, sine. So you like, basic fraction, let's say you have 1 2 over 3. So we learn in flipping around 2 and 3 and do the multiplication. So this is how it works. So that one will become 1 over 1 times 3 over 2. This is the basic fraction. 3 goes top, 2 goes to the bottom as denominator. Right? This is the basic fraction. That's what I used all the receptacle. So what I was doing is here and there, and also I use it when I'm doing the receptacle. I'm just kind of like a flipping around. So the same thing, this cotangent is yours, and see if you can figure out. That's why the way I use the cosecant angle. So I flip it around, 4 goes top, 3 goes bottom. So try to find cotangent.